location that's serene and peaceful. Rightio, after I set up camp tonight, maybe tomorrow I might go for a bit of a wander and explore and try and get up to the top of that ridge. I'm sure I'll be able to find a track or make my way up there and have a good sneaky peek from an elevated position. Looks like a nice spot. I am at Robert's watering hole or water hole. Looks like a nice little serene place. Still a bit of human traffic through here. But that's a decent sized watering hole. Cracking day after 2 or 3 days of pretty solid rain. So I'm just doing a little bit of a sortie off in the bush, and I've come across a couple of tree breaks already. One there, one there. And because there's watering holes here, it's going to be a prime location for Yowie activity. So we'll just go and have a little bit more of a sticky beak. See what else we can find. Now obviously that's not a Yowie because the tree's on top of it. That would have bent it over and broken it. But as you can see, there's plenty of water here. Of course, any saplings that are, you know, probably 2 inches or less, or at least an inch less in diameter, could easily be done by humans. But some of these ones, I mean, that's fire damaged, but it looks like it could have been twisted at some stage before the fire. Now, of course, I'm not saying that every single tree break I find is Yowie related, but you know, you've got to be open-minded to these things. There's a pretty clearly defined break quite high up. My arm's at full stretch, so that'll be about 7 feet, 7.5 feet, easily, pointing directly downwards. And I can spy another one up there. That's easily, geez, that's 12 feet easy. And then you got another one over here. That's obviously very, very old. Try and make my way through here without ripping off my hydration bladder. There's another one there that's been twisted. There's no other trees on top of that one, that's just purely twisted and then brought over. So I'm just going to follow along this creek for a little while longer, see what else I can find. Without getting my feet wet. So still investigating the sides of this creek bank. Here's another one. Obviously you can see that's been twisted off, facing down to the creek. Very old. They've been there for a while, but still, it's a break, a bigger break, and then the one next to it's broken off in the other direction. And it's facing down towards the ground. Another old one. It's been there for a while. So I'm just traversing up one of these little mini mountains just to get a bit of a feel for the landscape. There's a nice big headland up there. And a nice smooth grassy knoll. I could push on up that way. But the higher up I go, the less likelihood I'm going to find a nice water source. Even though I've got 2 litres of water. The ranger said to watch out for pigs and boars here, which is nice to hear, but also a little bit scary because, to be honest, wild boar is probably the only animal that I really used to fear in the Australian bush. I don't really want to encounter a big one of those. But no big razorbacks, please. The things you find out in the Aussie bush, judging by how basic these rock stacks are, I'd say they're human. That one and that one, pretty simple configurations really. Might just head on over up to that big rock face and then drop down the other side and see if I can find a watering hole. Pretty spectacular. Slowly ascending the rock face. I'll try and make my way up there. So this area or location is called the Granite Belt, and it's pretty clear to see why. Lots of granite rock here. Lots of rocky outcrops and headlands. Alrighty, so now I'm up on that headland that I came up around. So that little rock down there was the one I walked around. I hugged to the upper side or the left side as I came through there, and then I just snaked my way around. Beautiful breeze today. Makes all the difference. Keeps the core temp down. And there's no defined tracks where I'm going. I'm just winging it. I found some water, but I don't think I'll drink from it, even though I've got my filtration system. Well, I don't even know if it's water. It is. I wonder if I should make my way up there. Three-quarter moon. I think the full moon is later in the week. Well, I've just dropped down off the big rock face back into the foresty wooded area, and I found another nice little snap, which looks like it's relatively fresh too. There's still some colour in that wood, and it's just placed on a rock. Pretty clean snap, maybe with a little bit of a twist. Yeah, because I think the branch would have been coming out towards me, and it's been broken down and across. In fact, with that one, yeah, look at that. That definitely wasn't wind or termites or lightning. And here you've got a fire damaged tree at the base there, going through that little fork, and then you've got that one going through there, and then you've got this branch right here just sitting on the ground. In fact, I'm going to lift that up just to show you. It's just resting it up against this big thick branch, and that's probably not even in the ground. There you go, look at that. Just resting there. So there's some very interesting structures. If you folks at home see anything else that I'm missing, by all means leave a comment. Might just mosey around and have a little look-see. Alright folks, there's a big black pig straight through there. I don't know if the GoPro's going to pick it up. Can't tell if it's a male or a sow. Better keep my eyes peeled for a tree in case I need to climb it. Now the trouble is I'm upwind, so it could quite easily smell me. I want to get closer, but I don't want to go breaking twigs. Hopefully this looks good or okay on a big screen. It's probably about 100 metres away, 90 metres. Now wouldn't it be good if a Yowie came down and grabbed it? I'm going to get in the shadows. If it comes out into the sunlight, I should be able to see it a bit better. Oh, it's a razorback too. Damn it. And I think it's coming this way. I've lost where it is now. And all I've got for a weapon is a little 3-inch blade pocket knife in my bum bag. I'm going to go around to the left, downwind of it. And then hopefully I can sneak up on it a little better than being upwind. probably just drop down over that ledge, and I don't have many options for trees to climb here, so I've got to be very careful. So I've now slowly made my way around to where that pig was. He was just down that way, probably about 20 metres in front of me, and he's gone off around to the left. Probably hugged that ridge line, but I don't want to go messing around with it, so I'm going to make my way up over these rocks, drop down the other side, and then see how we go. There was a nice platform up there with some mossy grass where I could have set up the tent, but knowing that pig's floating around, I don't want to set that up. I don't want to be camping by myself with pigs that size roaming around. And I've got the tent too, not the hammock, so I'm not up off the ground. Well, I'm up on the top of one of the other mountain pieces, I guess, and I've left the GoPro down at the bottom of that hill in the last video where the pig was, and I'm just scouting out spots maybe for a campsite, but not finding any luck. I'm trying to see if I can get one on this rocky headland. If I had the hammock, I would have been in luck. Quite a steep drop off down there, and then the valley down below. It's now, what is it, 4:20. Found it. It's a sow, I think. Yep. It's just down there behind the rock face. It looked black from where I was before. Maybe there's another one. This one's got brown and black patterns on it. There it is. With all this dead leaf litter, it's hard to sneak up on it. I'm trying to step on the rocks. go. Maybe she's onto me. I hope she's not flanking me. I can't believe I lost her. She must have heard me. I think she's down behind this rock. Or this one. It's amazing how well she blended in with that blotched colour pattern. Typical, battery's at 25% now. But I got a spare. Oh, is that her down there? I can see a black shape. I can see it, yeah. That's a male, I reckon. It's not the same one I saw. I think that one spotted me. Now they got pretty poor eyesight, but they got a very good nose and pretty good hearing. Unless it's just a rock. Jeez man, how could I lose it? Now do I go down that way and see if I flush it out? Or do I change the battery? I'll do both. Alright, battery replaced, 99%. Okay, I guess I'm going to have to do this walk any time soon. So I don't know whether to go around the front side where she was heading or go around the back side. She possibly could have heard me. And maybe when she heard me, she just did the piss bolt off into the woods. But I'll keep the camera recording anyway. And just hope I don't bump into her too close. Actually, no, I think I'll go that way. Well, there's no way to be quiet through this shit. Excuse the word. Where the beep did she go? Oh, there's a hole up under there. Which was where I just would have almost tried to step over. No, I reckon she heard me and she's gone. Man. Oh look, there could be a little Yowie tree break down there. Damn, she's elusive. Well, she definitely knows I'm here now. I mean you no harm. This stick is for self-defense. In case you were a male. I can't believe she disappeared so well. I guess when you got predators like large predatory cats, maybe panthers, wild dogs, and of course our indigenous Yowies, you got to be living life like a deer and a bit skitterish. I don't know if I saw that tree when I was coming in. I was on the other ridge over there. It's a pretty big tree break. No, I haven't come this way before. That's fire damaged. Well, Miss Piggy, you're probably watching me now. Well, that was plenty of fun to walk through. Down off of there, that's where I was before. Coming down through all this stuff. So you got all these trees fallen over, obviously through natural causes, I would believe. And then you get one that's broken in a totally different direction. So facing back that way, which was where I was, just up on that mountain top there. So I came down off the mountain top there, the pig was about there, followed it along and then dropped down over my left shoulder. So I'm just going to follow this little gully. Looks like it could be a little game trail. Hopefully not used by any big razorback pigs. We'll just see what we find. Yowies, I don't have this stick for you. It's for self-preservation in case I encounter a boar. Look at that, you've got a beautiful big granite belt there. I'll probably end up heading over to the left there and following the bottom of that. Pigs. 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 Yowie. 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 Potentially. I mean, of course they're small enough for humans to break. Oh, well, I made it back to the main trail, and then the underground rock, or underground pools I think it's called, I can't remember. So then I just made my way down through that little pathway up this rock ledge. Now I'm standing on top of one of the little plateaus overlooking that mound. Up there was where I was. Doesn't look like that much from here, but beautiful location. Still got my stabbing stick just in case we have any unwelcome critters. I was thinking, oh yeah, I might have to use this as a water source in case, but I don't think I will, because I can see there's a bit of a lagoon or a water hole down that way. So I might make my way down there. There's another little water hole just on that rock face. So we'll make our way down. Magical terrain. Some cool little rock faces. Hopefully no piggies here on dusk. Now I do have my trail cam here with an SD card and batteries, so that could be an option. Mind you, I am 4 hours away from home. 4 hour drive rather. See one of these watering holes, putting the camera right near there would be an ideal location. This is magical up here. How many people would do this walk and then stop at the trailhead there, admire the waterfall and then turn around and go back and miss out on all this? Yowie ponds, Yowie bathing ponds. Some of them have got a bit of depth too, look at that. Wow. But with these water courses, obviously you're going to get a lot of wildlife come down to have a drink late in the evening, early in the morning, throughout the night. Wow, look at that. Gum tree or a eucalypt just growing by the sides of the bank. That is serene. There's a bunch of kangaroos up in that clearing over there, but obviously when I'm walking on all this dead foliage, making a bit of noise, they heard me and they hightailed it out of here. Oh, geez, ground soggy. This definitely looks like pig trails. They've been rooting up around all these muddy water holes, looking for bulbs and seeds and grubs and whatever else they can. Don't know if the GoPro's going to pick up the kangaroos over there. I have no idea what I'm stepping on right now. I'm hoping it's firm pack. Wow. Spectacular. Oh, it's very spongy underfoot. Beautiful little stream there. Oh, I think you can see one kangaroo there hanging around to look at me, trying to work out what I am. Nice little clearing. Okay, I've got to check out that creek. Hey, Mr. Kangaroo. Oh, there goes another one. I mean you no harm. What's up, Skip? I know I'm carrying a stick, but it's for self-preservation. Well, I don't know if the GoPro's going to pick this up very well, but there's a lot of pig rooting there. When I say rooting, I mean nuzzling and snuffling with their nose, digging these massive big pits. And our kangaroo friends are over there, between those big trees. And it's now 5:25. The sun's going down. Probably should set up camp somewhere. Maybe down on the rocks near the water. Well, it's now 6:05. The sun's setting. Got about 25 to half an hour of light left, and I found myself a nice little spot next to this creek or billabong or watering hole. I've got my backpack slung up in a tree there, but I might bring it in the tent tonight. I've got the luxury of putting it in there, so that might be a possibility. Loving this serenity. Just about to put the pot on, make some dinner. Some noodles and some chicken and cashew stir fry. And then I'll set the trail cam up, actually probably on my tent tonight. Maybe just on this tree here, break down this branch. Or maybe one of those trees over there. And I'll just have it facing on the tent for the next couple of nights. My little travel buddy has found himself a nice little perch, waiting for the sun to go down, and he can do his thing. So this will be home. Now I have set the tent up on a rock. Oh, there's my poking stick. I have set it up on a rock, so there's no access for tent pegs to go in, unless I want to string some guy lines out to the base of some of these trees, which I might possibly still do. But anyway, the sleeping quarters are all set up. Got my hydration bladder with some water in there. All my little peripherals, some Mozzie Bushman spray and some Mozzie coils. It's 7:15. I'm fed and watered, brushed my teeth. The moon's rising in the sky and there's no cloud cover, so it's actually freezing cold, even though we're 6 weeks out from summer. I've got my gloves on, my thermals on, and I'm going to have to get in the tent and in the sleeping bag and rug up because it's going to be a cold night, I think. Well, pretty happy with this location. It's just gone 7 AM. The sun's set quite high already. It's a cold night though. God, I didn't sleep very well. It almost felt like a winter's night. My toes were numb. But anyway, the sun's up. Time for some breakfast and a coffee. And I think I might set up a chair down by the water's edge. I found a nice little rock that I can sit on. And I had a visitor last night, a pig. Came close to camp. I could hear him snorting around, or it snorting around. But then it cleared off pretty quick, so I was quite fortunate. And I did have my poking stick ready outside the tent in case something happened. I do love this little Nemo Aurora. Look how well it blends in with that colour patterning or coloration. So I'm just doing a little bit of a morning bushwalk, and there's a couple of kangaroos off there. I'm on a groomed trail at the moment, so I'm just going to have a little bit of explore. And up there behind that tree is a peak that I climbed yesterday. We'll see if we have any more pig encounters today. I'm going to find myself another stick. I left the other one back at camp. There's a couple of little wallabies standing right there in front of me. As I was walking along the trail, they were coming out of the bush towards me. Oh, see you guys, you didn't even see me before. Oh, they're gone. And I've got my little pack today, my little day pack, so it's a lot lighter. I'll be a lot more nimble, so I'm thinking I can explore some better spots. So I've got a nice big ridge line across there with some massive big granite boulders. I'm going to try and pick a line through there. Looks like it tapers down a little bit over there, so I might just make that easy through there. And then do a quick scout across the top of that ridge, see what's on the other side, see what sort of views I can see. There's been plenty of kangaroos around here. So yeah, they're hopping around all over the place. Alright, let's see what we can find. I got a whacking stick. Well, it looks like the track, there is a slight walking track or a animal track. There's another kangaroos, bunch of kangaroos down there. Goes down into that field where I'm sure there'd be a lot more kangaroos. Looks like it could be a little creek down there too. And then over there is another peak. That's a little bit too far for one day, but I think I'll head up here, survey the land a little bit more, suss out what it's like down there, and if it's any good I'll pop down and have a look. Probably about halfway up this ridge. I plan on getting up to that bit up there. That's the highest point that I could see from this area. And then I might try and see if I can drop down through that little valley and then see if I can find a creek. But there's that other peak. Looks like there could be a walking track on there on the left side. Don't know. Pretty impressive landscape up here though. I'm just munching on a chuppa chup. Yeah, I think I'll head up that way and see what I can see. So I've just come from down there, doing the final push. Can't believe the size of some of these rocks. Look at the size of them. That's the last push up there, and I think I'll find a rock up to the right, overlooking the valley, and then I can perch myself up there for a little while and take in the views and see what's down there. Found a cool little cave. So I can try and make my way up through there and get up on top of that rock there. I'll try and pick a line through there or go back over that side where I was. I think I'll try this one. So much for stealth. Wow. It'd be a good little spot to set up the tent, apart from that rock right in the middle. So I can't go any further that way, I don't think. I'll have to snip my way around to the left here. I just felt my phone vibrate. I must have cell service up here this high. Hey buddy. Oh. Mr. Weevil. I'll let you be on your way. Come on. nice. There you go. Gets a little bit tight through this section. I'll have to suck the gut in. And wash my phone. Okay, whacking stick. My God, it just keeps going and going and going. Lucky I've got glass screen protectors on this GoPro because it's all cracked on the back a bit in all little spots. Oh, okay, where do we go from here? I could try and get up there. Might be a bit of a challenge. Pretty good views. There's a mad breeze coming through this chasm. I can get up this ledge, then I've got to come down. That'll be fun. Wouldn't be the first time I've slipped on my butt and gone down 2 or 3 meters on a rock ledge. Okay, I've got to give that a shot. Well, after some not so graceful rock climbing, we've made it. So I just came up through there. Had to hold on to those reeds to get some traction. That field down there is where I came in through. Just got to watch this dead lichen on the rocks, can be very slippery still. And then look at this, in the middle of nowhere, trees up in between all the rocks. Now it's time to pick a line of where to descend. I won't be going over that ledge. I reckon I could sling the hammock between these 2 trees. Do a bit of hammock camping. And it looks like I'm rim rocked. I can't go any further forwards off to the west. I've just got sheer rocks on the other side. Can't get down through there nor that side. So it looks like I'm going to have to backtrack, go down that same path that I came up. And that mound there on the other side was where I was yesterday afternoon before I dropped down and saw the pig. So on the way back I might even try and scale that one. See how we go with energy wise and time wise. I think I'll give a pass on that side unless I get back down on the flat and then find an easy trail. And I might have to leave my whacking stick up here. I'll make a little glyph for the Yowies in case they make it up here. I'm sure they do. If I can, they can. Well, I managed to snake my way down on the other side of where I came up pretty much. So that was the rock I was standing on, centre of the screen now. So I scooted down the little laneway that I went up and then flanked around the bottom side of it and then just came back down through there, across here. Now I've just got to try and pick a line through here somewhere, see if I can make it down. And then maybe I will end up in the bottom of that valley over that way and do a walkout. It looks like there's something in the fields over there. Something with a bit of size. There could be roos or deer. Well, I couldn't make a line down that way. The rock face was too long and too slippery, slick. So I went off to the left. So I'm now facing probably northwest now. But then you get to this little spot here and look, you've got this lovely little grass, like a little grassy patch. Just in the middle of nowhere. And then in between it you've got these badass thorns. Nasty. Got a little birdie giving away my position too. Oi, cheeky bugger. Don't rat me out. Oh. Yeah, it looks like the pigs have even been in here as well. Jeez. Kangaroo, maybe. Ah, damn it. Oh, well, that was an adventure. I think I'll follow this ridge along and then see where it ends up. At least I know if I need to get back to camp, I'll just drop down the left side anytime and then just follow that through as far as I can until I find the creek. Okay, I've got myself another little protection stick because now I'm in like a little thicket. And this is the sort of stuff pigs love because they've got plenty of cover. They can run around in any direction they want. Because they're low to the ground. And I've seen lots of pig rooting marks, big divots in the ground. I heard a couple of kangaroos thudding as they were bouncing off. So I'm just going to follow this ridge across to that other rocky headland. So just as a point of reference, my car is probably over that way in the car park, a good couple of kilometres away. There you go, look at the pig rots there. Camera's probably not going to pick up the depth. Geez, they messed the soil up. Well, I've got to say, Girraween, awesome terrain. Highly recommend it. But I would like to see more snakes or lizards. A nice big lace monitor would be good. Or a nice big python. We are only 6 weeks out of winter, summer. An opportunity for an extraction point has presented itself. I think I'll drop down into that little gorge. Looks like it's pretty, the gradient's pretty flat. Well, a lot less steeper than the rock faces. So I think I'll take that option and drop down there. And that other big rock face where I was yesterday afternoon is over that way. So I might even head to the base of that and scale that one. But I'm not really seeing much wildlife today. But obviously also with this, all this dead leaves and deadfall, I'm not exactly walking quiet. And the breeze isn't quite strong enough to blow all the noise away. Yesterday it was quite good. As you can hear, it probably sounds like I'm a bull in a china shop to the wildlife. Oh, now that's a Girraween rock stack. Well, I found a cool little spot with a little cave that even I could fit into. It's probably easily 6 or 7 foot. Just need to rake out a few of those bigger stones, lay your mattress in there. You wouldn't be able to sit up in a hurry, but pretty cool. I got myself another stick, something with a bit more structural integrity to it. The other one was a little bit flimsy. Just like yesterday with that pig encounter, this is the sort of locations where they'll be. Because they can scurry through these little areas. Oh, look at that. There's some poo on the rock over there. That looks like pig poo. So this looks like one of their little lairs, and who could blame them? It's a pretty good little spot. You've got plenty of little entry and exit points. 1, 2, 3, and then one up to the side, 4. So if anything came at them, they could easily run away. That's what I'd do. So that pig scat was probably marking its spot for the other pigs. They must be off hunting, foraging for stuff. The ranger did say pigs were pretty prolific in these parts, so pretty awesome terrain for them. Piggy, 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 I mean you no harm. I'm just here doing what you do. Enjoy the Australian bush. There we go. Piglet. And more scat. I'm going to turn the camera off and try and listen for a bit now. And just found a couple of small tree breaks. And then another one over here. Now I am on a little bit of a game trail or a walking track. So something like that could be human, quite potentially. I'm just going to make my way down through that little rocky gorge. There's another tree break. That's probably a good 5.5, 5'8" off the ground. And then a couple of old broken branches there. They were done a long time ago. I like walking on the rocks. It's a bit more stealthy. There's the rock face. So camp is down over that way on the other side of that rock face. And then I've just come off that ridge line back there, probably about almost a kilometre, 800 metres or so. So I think I might just scooch down here and then drop down through there, head to the lowest point. See, this is the kind of thing that sparks my interest. I know it's an old tree. That's a pretty clean snap. And there's the other side, it's just laying on the ground. Hasn't come from any of these trees up here. No other big branches have fallen on it. And now I'm at the lowest point. I can hear something. In the gorge, pretty much the creek. There's a lot of pig rutting around here. And a lot of it's fresh too. There we go. Kangaroo. There he goes. But there's something up to my right. Over here. Anyway, back to the subject at hand. I'm down in the bottom of a gorge where there's hardly going to be any wind blowing. We've got a tree break there. Pretty clearly snapped off it, probably around the 7.5, 8 foot mark. Got another tree break there. Now there's a likelihood we have deer in this forest, but they're not going to be able to break trees that high. I can see another tree break up there. I'm just going to go and head up to that one. So I'm just going to make my way down this gorge. I'll find a game trail, I think, on the other side. And at this time of the day, it's not 10:20. I just got to keep my eyes peeled for pigs, because I want to be in the shade. And getting hydrated. Geez, it looks like a little mini bulldozer's been in through here. Look at all these trees and foliage just destroyed by their snouts. And whatever it was that was here was pretty recent, because look at this. That soil's been turned over freshly. Hasn't even had time to dry. And that might have been where one of them had a little snooze. Look at that soil, that's not even been had time to set really. That's probably today. That would have been done today. Okay, I'm going to follow this little game trail down here. Is that another tree break? Or did I get that one? No, I got one. It's all right. Getting ahead of myself. Because they're both facing in the same direction. I could make a beeline up through there where that kangaroo went, but I think I'll go follow the creek a little bit more and then drop up to the right. Okay, I'm not going to read too much into this one because it's a little bit airy-fairy, but there's a couple of sticks placed here, one on top of the other. You got like a big X there. Now obviously it could have been manoeuvred by pigs. 4 humans. They're not very big sticks. But then you've got these 2 facing up like that. Deadfall. And then one across here. A lot of fresh soil turned over here. I'm going to take a bit of a higher line. I don't want to be stuck down in a creek in case I encounter a pig. So I've just found a little cat track or a little trail, and I'm following it along the side of this little ridge line up away from the creek. And I found this stick just leaning up against a rock in the ground. I thought, oh yeah, could be a human. Just picked it up and put it there for a bit of a giggle, but it's actually stuck in the ground. Look at that. Stuck right in the ground. So I'm going to leave it. And I found another nice little cave. This one I can actually walk through. And I'll have a look for some scat. Kangaroo. So they'd probably come in here. Yeah, there you go. Kangaroo claws. Or pig. Not that they have claws, they got hoofs. That's pig. And a pretty big one too. Yeah, and I can't believe I haven't found a snake yet. Where are you? Alright, once you get your eyes on and you start to know what you're looking for, things like this start to appear. So we've got a broken off branch, cleanly snapped, been in the soil probably 8 centimetres. It's only a little branch, but I just pulled it out of there. It was stuck in the ground like that. Look at that, just like that, sitting upright. Now of course I know humans can do that quite easily, especially if the soil was soggy. But really, I'm out in the middle of nowhere. Of course there's going to be people traipsing through this part of the forest. But you've got to ask yourself, are they going to do that sort of stuff? And a tree branch like that is not going to fall with enough force to stick in the ground. Alrighty, you can't tell me that tree wasn't healthy when it was broken. It's not that big a tree. It's actually still green on the top. You can see all the foliage there is still green. It looks like it was healthy a few days or weeks ago, probably weeks or months. That's definitely been pulled down. That's still green. Very interesting. Alright, my battery's at 41%, so it's not going to last too much longer. But I just thought I'd point out with my pig poking stick, another tree break here, and then pretty much directly beside it, a tree break there. Now, it's pretty old, given. And then while I'm looking at those things, I spy another tree break here. Another one there. Oh, and look at this one here. That one's all splintered up. And yeah, I know these smaller saplings could easily be done by deer, especially the bucks when they're in season. They can easily get their antlers up here and snap these branches off. But these sort of ones, no chance of a deer breaking that. I mean, these are very old. Even this one here. Yeah, okay, that one's fire damaged now. There's another one back through there. Hopefully on a big screen that will turn out. Geez, I'm finding so many in this area. Look at this. I'm going to run out of battery. Now, pigs can't be doing this. There's a break there. There's another break there. There's one that's clearly broken off. And then this branch seems to be propped up. Yep, look at that. This one's just propped up in here. Not even in the soil. That's just resting up against it. That didn't fall from anywhere. Well, if Yowies have cloaking abilities and they're watching me now, I come in peace. I mean you no harm. Enjoy the Aussie bush. Battery's at 38%. I'm going to run out of battery soon. I've got the other one here and hopefully I'll get a little bit more out of that. There's another high one. That's probably 7 foot, 6'10", somewhere around there. And there's another one through there. And I did just hear a big wood crack over the back here. So it could have just been deadfall. There you go. That's a fresh tree. That's a fresh break. Look at the height on that. My arm's at full stretch, so that'll be probably 7.5 feet. And then plus another foot easily. Perfectly healthy tree. These aren't all done by wind shear or termites or strangler vines. You got another big one up there that's quite high. Oh, and another one right here. And another one over there in the distance, down low. Another one there, just a little one. But what I am looking, oh, there's a few down here, down low. So this, the lower ones and the smaller saplings could be deer. So you got one there, then you got one behind it. You got a couple down low here. Got another one down low here. But I was looking at that one there. Spiderweb. I was focusing on that one there. And then off in the distance there's another one. That was healthy when it was done. Oh jeez. Wait. And another one here. That tree was pulled down with some force. Everywhere you turn. There's an old one there. This one over here is fresh. Oh, look at that one. Still got the coloration of the wood, and it's still got the green pine needles on it. That's a good 9 foot. And another one there. Man, they're just popping out of the woodwork. And then even got, I mean these are old, very, very old. But we've got one there facing the same direction. We've got another one there, and then we've got one leaning up. I'm down. He's under me. I'm downwind of a couple of kangaroos munching on some lunch, and as soon as I started to talk, he picked me up with those big ears. But before I started speaking, they had no idea I was here. That's it, mate, scratch your belly. The wind is blowing slightly in my favour. Second one behind that one doesn't even have a clue, but the one at the front does. He's eyeballing me, but he's not too worried. Gives a couple little head shakes. Oh, now the second one's found me because I just brushed the bum bag with my pig stick. I don't know if you'll be able to see these guys on the big screen. Deadfall. If I walk real slow and quiet, I might be able to make some ground. No, the wind's dropped off. someone's looking for me through the bush. Yep, I can see his head leaning forward. There he goes, he's off. Look at that, now he's pulled up. Don't worry guys, I'm not going to hurt you. Take care. I had a couple jumping through camp last night. I could hear the big thuds. Gave me a bit of a fright, to be honest, until I heard a couple in close succession, and then I figured it was their feet. Now they see me. Look how quick they are. So I was just down by the water's edge processing and filtering some water to boil and cook up my dinner and fill the water bladder, and then I turned around and I found these little bits, which is pretty cool. A snake skin. So a snake's obviously shedded itself around this area. Hard to tell what species it is. It definitely looks like a venomous one. Could have been a red belly or a tiger. It's not a carpet python or a python of some type. Now all I need to do is find what it was attached to. Well, it's almost 6 PM. I've got dinner boiling and the noodles cooking. And there's something bouncing around out here. Hopefully just a kangaroo. Geez, they've got good hearing. I'm only whispering and they can hear me. Alright buddy, leave you be. Well, the moon's almost full. I think it'll be full on Thursday. I really don't like to camp on full moons, but... Well, it's time to go. Girraween camp spot. Got some good memories. And leave no trace. See you, little Tommy Terrapin. Maybe catch you on the next adventure. Bag's packed, ready to go. They did forecast rain all this week and it is Monday, so I don't know, it could eventuate. There's some pretty funky looking clouds up there. And up there it's looking a little bit grey, so made it a priority to pack down tent first. And just as I'm doing the walkout, there's a little eastern water dragon saying its goodbyes for me. I don't know if you'll be able to see him there. He's about to make a beeline right for the river. Oh, see you mate. Happy swimming. You didn't have to go across to the other side of the bank. Geez, they're good swimmers. Sorry, buddy. Gave you a morning dunk. Where's he gone? Did he go underwater? Oh no, there he is. run out of puff. You're almost there, almost at the reeds. Oh, sorry mate. Oh, I'm starting to feel spits of rain, and I saw a few drops on the water line. There you go. Slicing Sasquatch out. Looks like all the critters are coming out to greet me when I get out of the Girraween National Park. This little fella was walking down the road. Hey buddy, you're a long way from water. Maybe I'll relocate him, I think, because I'm back on the main drag. I don't know if there's a creek around here, or if these guys have got a creek. Oh look, there's a little lake there. I might take him for a little drive and then pop him down in the water. Alright, little Tommy Terrapin, time to go home. I'll pop him right near the water. You watch this. Once he realises where he is. He'll be like, hey, this is familiar. This is home. With all this rain about to come in, all these little turtles are on the road. I seen you, mate. I seen you. Oh, he's just come out of the water recently. Pooh, bit stinky. Bit on the nose. Oh, we got lightning out there too. Big dark clouds rolling in. Oh, he's dripping. Alright mate, where's a watercourse for you? There is one down there. Alright buddy, I'm going to do my best to get you down near the water. The rain's on its way. Hopefully you'll see the water and make your way home. Well, I'd had to pull over and just capture some of this. It's a cracking good storm. More thunder, come on! Look how fast it's blowing through. I wonder if the GoPro mic's going to pick that up okay. Yeah, there's a little bit of blue in there, look at that, light blue. Could be a bit of hail. As I was leaving camp, there were a lot of people walking down the trails to the underground creek where I just was. And I feel for them if they didn't get out or they didn't have raincoats.